The biggest challenge was basically that we want to get into the cloud-based system. So that was the
Okay.
first and foremost, So Odoo was one such platform which became a right fit for this kind of a requirement,
Yes.
to really go through. The data migration was a big taboo. So
Yes.
migrating the data was like, a kind of a big process for us. So we did all that. Basically, it became pretty smooth. I mean,
Hello everyone, Mr. Manoj is with us. He is the CEO of Fortuna Impex Pvt Ltd. He is here to share his Odoo journey with us. Hello sir, how you are doing?
hi, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm also fine, sir. So how your past 2 days over here in Odoo community days?
It was really wonderful. Like, it was so good to see such a wonderful community growing up so fast, and seeing people, implementation teams, and your own team. And Fabian especially, he is fabulous. So I would say everything was so perfectly designed and perfectly executed. So I really feel so nice. This is the first time I'm here.
Okay, sir. Before we start regarding the Odoo as a ERP and solution, can you just brief something about your company and business, like how your life at your place, and in which industry you are?
All right. So first of all, let me tell you about my background. So I am an engineer, and I started with business. So I did not do a single day of job. And an engineer basically trying to do business basically is a big kind of journey wherein you don't know anything, and that too basically as a startup company as early as 1986. So everything was basically like something wherein we had to learn all by ourselves. So accounting was always a taboo, and learning technical things was always basically something. Being an engineer, it was easy. But then the thing is, the journey overall we were doing, and we implemented SAP, we implemented various packages basically while doing this particular thing. So
Okay.
it so happened that suddenly there was a pandemic, and we did not know how to really run the business, how to get the access to our data and all that. Basically, that is where the entire thing really was kind of overall rediscovery, and we tried to get into thinking mode that how to get over this basically, because maybe this is a very sad situation. So that's how probably we got into a kind of thinking, and Odoo came in the way.
Okay. If I talk about Odoo, how you got to know about Odoo for the first time?
Okay, very interesting. So it so happened basically during the pandemic, we used to do these meetings, Teams meeting became, Zoom meetings became too much to handle, and every day there was something or the other. So everyone was talking about how they are handling the pandemic, and how they are handling the business, and how to handle the various challenges basically, which people never had any idea how to go about things. So I mean, regarding this accounting, people were talking, and I was also talking about work from home and everything. So one of my customer told me that they are using Odoo.
Oh.
So that was the time basically I actually came to know about Odoo. I mean, before that, honestly, I never had a inkling about Odoo. He told me, and then I said, oh, this is probably the thing which I want to get into. And after that, we started talking to your team, and your team was really very nicely cultured that time. We got the required support, and we implemented very well, and that too remotely. So there was no one basically coming to our organization. And while we selected Odoo, we actually did a lot of research about the other ERPs basically. But then finally this is something which we found to be the best.
Actually, we are so grateful that you mentioned this, that how implementing a ERP software into the organization can be done from the different location via online platforms, because when we nowadays also when we describe the procedure of implementation, like a methodology, customers always resist that, madam, how does it possible, you are so far, we want someone at our site itself. But when we are clear with the requirements, when customer also ready to share each and everything, and then we implement it, so it's like a collective efforts from the both of the side, then it's possible from anywhere, probably, like what I personally believe.
No, even your videos and the training data and your consultants, they are good.
Yes.
And especially the support packs which you all have, So those are like some things basically which is nicely designed, so everyone knows what they want, what they don't want. So people do not tend to sort of waste time in doing things basically which they don't want, So that is something which is very nice, and I would say methodical, and so far so good. We feel that we are in the right place right now.
Okay, we are so happy to hear you like that. One more thing, that earlier you mentioned that you have gone through so many platforms and you try your hands on that as well. So would you like to highlight few points, like how do you find that Odoo is the perfect fit for your organization? What are few features, or let's say functionality, which you got impressed that no, I want this now?
So now I would like to say that while we went into the Odoo platform, so the biggest challenge was basically that we want to get into the cloud-based system. So that was the first and foremost, So Odoo was one such platform which became a right fit for this kind of a requirement,
Yes.
Then came the usual processes, basically financial accounting and the other processes. So that became a kind of thing wherein we really went through all the reports and the GST compliances, which really was important for us,
Yes, yes.
Then since we are a manufacturing company, so we had a typical problem of inventory. So inventory and the formulas for basically the products, and products also keep changing, so changing the formulas and stuff like this. So this was something which was perfectly handled in Odoo.
Yes.
So that was again something which made a life lot more easier. And then we spoke about the banking, bank reconciliation, the integration, and various things basically which was not possible in the earlier SAP B1 package,
Okay.
So there were so many manual processes, broken processes which were being done by people. So we thought this is something which we need to take care while we go for the new journey. And actually speaking, this helped us and the team basically to really become lightweight and do things faster.
So it seems like you are using a maximum applications of the Odoo, from your purchase, your inventory, logistics, and manufacturing, and
services, CRM, quotation, projects.
Okay.
So everything.
Project management, task management,
Yes.
and right from the second end, accounting, because we are having accounting as per the Indian compliances and all. Okay, sir. So would you like to comment something regarding the implementation part as well? How your implementation journey was?
Implementation journey was pretty smooth because we are two directors in the company. So one of my co-director took the charge of doing this particular implementation. So he became focal point, and then we had a team of good experienced people who knew the job. So we made a task force, and we had a a plan, basically a time-based plan, which we wanted to really go through. The data migration was a big taboo.
Yes.
So migrating the data was a kind of a big process for us. So we did all that. Basically, it became pretty smooth. I mean, it took some 3 months time to really get the flavor But then since we were doing it through the pandemic, the business was anyway
You got lucky, I must say.
Yeah, so we thought maybe it's a good time. Probably like even if like we have certain like
it's like you are not having a regret that I'm not focusing on business, and you are getting a time also.
So it was really good, the timing was really perfectly matched,
Yes, yes. And we talk about the product and implementation and everything. So like from your side as a CEO of the company, you want to give a best to your employees. You want to provide, all the things how they can utilize the platform in a good way, so you can grow in a better way. But what was your response from your employees' hand? It would be difficult, right, when you are asking them to adopt the new system, start with the new SOPs. So how you handle that, all the hurdles like?
I think management, when management thinks that you have to do this, basically you will always get some resistance from some people. So we always have a pinch of salt while we take any decision. And I think that is where you have to be sure that okay, you are going ahead with it. At the moment, you keep doing your journey, people keep joining you, and that's how it is. So I would say, we had a pretty good time to do this exercise, and we learned a lot of things basically in the process. Even the team learned a lot of processes basically. Okay. And the team went out to accept it because they could save a lot of time.
Okay.
And that is basically something which was a kind of good feeling which the whole implementation gave it to them. And I would say we are so far so good.
Okay, we are so happy to hear this. And if I talk about your vision regarding your business for next 5 years, what do you think? How the capabilities of the Odoo, gonna helpful and will be with you as a supportive element?
So now, talking about the journey 5 years now. So as you can make out that 5 years from now, I would like to retire, right? So that's what probably I feel. I don't feel, but still I feel that I have to really start working on this, So what is important is to putting things together is something which is very important, making the business so much connected that whoever takes over, it's my son, my family, my employees, anyone who takes over, basically they should be in a position to get the hang of it. See, we were the first generation business people, so we had everything in our mind, but people who are going to take over, they would need to have everything, on a system, and that is what Odoo is going to help me. 1, 2 is basically going forward, the business, the online business is really growing so fast, and service business is something wherein the service has to be super fast, and then apart from that the payments and all that basically need to be well connected. So all those things if we talk about, I think Odoo checks all the boxes, basically ticks all the boxes for me, and I feel that with the website which can be integrated with it, where you can create an e-commerce website and everything. So even I am now thinking of revamping my website and making the entire website over here basically,
Okay.
No need to have the website basically over there, so I would like to have everything connected so that inventory is connected, e-commerce is connected, billing is connected, everything is under a single thread, So that's basically something which we are heading to. And the only thing which I feel which Odoo has to really take up is employee related processes,
Okay.
So today Odoo is very nice in terms of managing a business. Okay, that's one thing basically which has been taken care of very well, but managing the team, as far as the employee self-service things are concerned, access control is concerned, things visitor management with access control is concerned. These are the areas basically where we feel that these traditional access control where door locks and everything basically should become a part of the entire ecosystem.
Okay.
So that is basically something where I find that still we have to run a isolated system basically somewhere which does all that. So
Yes.
running, I mean, the idea of Odoo is to bring everything together.
Definitely.
So that you have a single system, single sign-on, and you have it all. So this is where, I mean, I feel some additional efforts basically maybe going on by your wonderful team, and I'm sure that these things basically would definitely take up the
hopefully in the near future.
in the near future it
definitely.
will come. I mean, that's how it is.
Okay. So, if I talk about your overall experience regarding the Odoo, then how would you like to rate this on the scale of 1 to 10? Like 10 is the highest.
Okay. So if you really ask me, I mean, I would give a very high rating. I mean, giving 10 would not be good. So that's basically something which is not really something. And in my opinion, 8 is something which is the right thing,
Okay.
because you still have 2 more to go.
Yes,
And
yes,
there always
is
should be
window for improvement.
window for improvement. So I always feel that I mean, while we do a lot of good things, basically a lot of good things are there in store basically for all of us.
Okay.
So as I said, I mean, as you grow you realize a lot of things, and as you realize you do a lot of things basically. So I mean, my rating is always outstanding, but then if you really have to give a number to this, basically it is 8 out of 10.
Okay. I must say you have been very honest and transparent about your experience. Thank you so much for being with us today, sir.
All right, thank you very much, and thanks a lot for making this effort to really understand from the customer point of view and the company's point of view how we feel at the other end basically. So it was good talking to you, and it was a wonderful experience. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.